Hi, I'm Kim Skildum-Reid from Power Sponsorship in Sydney, Australia. And today's question is this: how do I value my sponsorship assets? And my word, I know that's a big question because I get asked to do this all the time. Rights holders contact me and say, can we pay you to value all of our assets? And what they basically are saying is, if you go through all the list of potential benefits that we can provide to a sponsor, can you please put dollar values next to all of them so we know how much to charge any given sponsor for a package that we put together? And I always knock it back. I say, look, you'll find somebody to put numbers against those things, but it's not going to be me because that's not how you price sponsorships. So yeah, I get asked this all the time. I get asked this several times a week and knock them all back. So here's the thing. In terms of valuing your assets, please don't do this. Please don't go down this track and absolutely don't pay anybody else to do it for you. There's plenty of people that will charge you for it. You will get a list with dollar figures. It will be worth nothing, zero. It's not going to get you what you want. So there's a couple of reasons for that. First is a bespoke offer that is created specifically to meet the needs of a brand and their relationship with their target markets. That bespoke offer is going to be worth way more than the sum of the parts. So what you're actually asking somebody to do, a consultant like me to do, or maybe you'll do it internally, is to add up all of the parts, and then that is what it's worth. Now I think about this like a wedding cake. You can spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars for a wedding cake because it is perfect. It is fit for purpose. It was made specifically for you and your wedding and your theme and your flavors and all of this kind of stuff, and it's worth every penny of the thousands of dollars that you paid for it. But if you do it in this valuing the assets thing, you're the baker not charging thousands of dollars for a cake. You're the baker saying, well, this is how much the flour is, and this is how much the sugar is, and this is how much the sprinkles and all that kind of stuff are, and all the butter, and like you're actually talking about the components of this cake as opposed to the value of the whole of the cake with all the creativity and expertise put in. So this is the thing. First thing is, a bespoke offer is always worth more than the sum of the parts. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, those parts are going to have different values to different sponsors. The same exact benefit or the same exact complement of benefits is going to have very, very different values depending on how leverageable it is. And this is the key. The leverageability is the actual value to a sponsor. So leverage is what a sponsor does with the opportunity that you're selling them, because when you're selling them a sponsorship, you're selling them opportunity. You're not selling them results. It's leverage, what they do with it, the content, the promotions, all of that is what they're going to do with it, and that's where the value lies. And that's why you want to give them this bespoke offer, because that helps them to understand how they can leverage it for the best result for their needs and their markets. Okay, so the leverageability is going to be different for very different sponsors depending upon their geographic footprint, on their leverageable markets, and a number of other factors. For instance, you could offer the same package to a business-to-business company or a business-to-consumer company that also has a business-to-business component. So it could be like you might be offering something to a bank that basically works with big companies, enterprise kind of stuff, like very, very high end of town, doesn't have a consumer banking arm at all. And you could offer a very similar package to an all-purpose bank that has consumer banking but also works with all those big companies. So which one is that package going to be worth more to? Well, depending on the relevance, and assuming that whatever you're selling is relevant to those consumer markets as well, or at least some of them, it's certainly going to be worth more to the bank that does both business to business and business to consumer, because there's more that they can leverage. They can actually leverage across more markets and especially across their probably biggest market of consumers. So think about that. It's about leverageability. And then the other thing is, the geographic footprint. Now, I often, use this example as an example. I often use this example anyway. So let's just say that you're running like some great, amazing, high-end food festival. It's really interesting. You get great chefs there and things like that, right? You can go to a local grocery chain that has maybe 3 outposts in your city, and it's very high-end and really credible and all of that kind of stuff, and you can sell them the exclusive grocery partner sponsorship, let's just say. Now, is that worth something to them? Absolutely. They could leverage the hell out of that. The thing is, they only have 3 outposts. There's only 3 stores in your one geographic community. So there's a limit to the reach of their leverage. I mean, they could do a really good job on leverage, but there is a limit because they only have the 3 stores. So what if you were to go to a very credible, higher end grocery chain that has a big regional or even a national presence? And what you're doing is interesting enough, and you've got cool enough chefs, and it's an amazing theme around it, and all of that, and you could create tons and tons of content that they could then leverage in store and through their social media and all of that, and even their apps and everything, all over the country or all over the whole region. So if you give a really similar package with the same valuation of the benefits to the local grocery chain or the national grocery chain, who's it worth more to? Certainly the national one. So valuing your assets is just going down a rabbit hole that isn't helpful to you at all. Instead, I want you to learn how to price your sponsorships properly. And I'm actually going to link to a sponsorship pricing blog in the description of this video. And there's also links in the video description to some other sort of resources for learning how to create those bespoke offers and how to price and all of that. So there's lots more information. Good luck. Need more assistance? Recommended additional resources and reading can be found in the video description. If you need professional help of the sponsorship type of course, I provide strategic sponsorship consulting, in-house and group training, keynote speeches, coaching, and sponsorship systems design for large, diverse, or far-flung organizations. Please note, I'm not a sponsorship broker, and I can't help you to secure sponsorship. There's also information in the video description about my comprehensive, on-demand online sponsorship courses for both sponsors and rights holders. Feel free to drop me a line if you have any questions about this video, or if you have a question you'd like me to address in another one of these Ask Me Anything videos. Contact details are in the description. If you found this video valuable, I suggest you subscribe to the channel so you hear about new how-to content as it becomes available. Thanks for watching, and happy sponsorship!